No justice, no leak. You heard the chants from the Kumasi, Asante Kotoko, and Accra Hearts of Oak fans as they had the vigil for after the passing of Nana Pooley 1 week ago. Pooley, a lively, cheerful gentleman who just loved Kumasi Asante Kotoko to bits and the game of football. Traveled all the way to Ivory Coast to watch some Kumasi Asante Kotoko players, in particular Richmond Lamptey in the African Cup of Nations. Unfortunately, he lost his life. Details have come in to the circumstances of the incident that occurred painfully last week. There have been investigations, there have been arrests made. The case has been adjourned to the 17th of February, just next week, thereabouts, if I'm not mistaken. But the fans had a vigil. We'll talk about some of the highlights from the vigil and their investigations, what we've uncovered so far. Yesterday as well, our boys were named man of the match in their games. Tariq Lamptey and Antoine Semenyo, who is full of confidence heading into the season proper, the second half of the season. Semenyo's penalty has come under a lot of criticism, with many saying he shouldn't try that. Others are saying it shows the level of confidence he has now. But I'll ask you also, what do you think about Semenyo's penalty kick? Also in the FA Cup, a surprise as Liverpool were knocked out of the FA Cup by Plymouth Argyle, a team in the lower divisions of the English league structure. Many would highlight it and say high-flying Liverpool beating by lowly Plymouth, but it was a relatively inexperienced Liverpool side without the likes of Mo Salah. However, in my opinion, I thought they had enough in the artillery to overcome Plymouth Argyle. However, the beauty of the FA Cup, getting us results like this as Liverpool faltered. We'll have a look at all that today. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Click on that notification bell to get more updates. So the vigil was held earlier tonight for Nana Pooley. He passed away last week after the Inswatraman versus Kumasi Asante Kotoko was halted following an incident involving a couple of players and resumed later on, first of all without TV coverage. It's reported that there was some confusion that led to the stabbing and passing of Nana Pooley. There has been investigations into that matter, but today Kumasi Asante Kotoko and the technical team and the staff and the overall body of playing technical body decided to organize a vigil for the fan of the team, Nana Pooley. He has shown over the years that he's someone who is really fond, and to say fond is even an understatement. Nana Pooley is someone who has Kotoko at heart, really very much. He passed away last week, and there have been investigations that have commenced into his situation. And some of the investigations, according to DCOP Lydia Donko, she's the one in charge of the investigation, and she's in the middle of everything. She says that the stabbing incident happened outside the stadium. Now, this has incurred the ire of some of the fans, but let's have a listen to what she had to say concerning the stabbing incident.
We had to go and investigate. We've been to the ground and we've gathered our evidence and everything. So it's important to make that distinction that the unfortunate stabbing did not happen inside the stadium, although it's related to the football activity.
It didn't happen inside the stadium.
It didn't happen inside the stadium. So, and I have to say this because there's all kinds of comments about people are saying how did the police allow someone to come into the stadium with a knife. And let me mention that the police have a strict search regime. At least that is something that I speak with my various commanders, and we insist and we do it. There's a strict search regime when you're coming into the stadium. We search everybody who is coming in. And this unfortunate incident didn't happen inside the stadium. It happened outside, and he was picked after he had been stabbed. He was picked by a driver, this vehicle they call a boboya or something.
Yeah, tricycle.
A tricycle, yes. And then the tricycle dropped him at that section of the stadium. I believe that he did that because he knew that the ambulance was at that side. You understand?
Yeah.
So the stabbing did not happen inside the stadium. That distinction has to be made very clear.
Yeah, so he had the stabbing incident occurred outside the stadium. That's just quite interesting. He occurred outside the stadium, and a tricycle was used to carry him back into the stadium. And well, I have seen some videos myself, and in that video, he seemed, Nana POOLEY, the man in question who has passed away, seemed to be calling for help. And there was some, I think, one or two police officers in the video. I cannot display that video here, of course, for obvious reasons. But the video I watched had him lying on the ground, and some people were around him. They didn't know what to do, but it looked like a helpless situation, and he was calling for some help. The police around did not attend to him, and this is something that Kotoko, in their consultation with the IGP, mentioned to them in the videos that were circulating. The guy was not given the help he needed. He was not attended to. It's all spilled smoke now. He has passed away. And some of the comments, especially from that video I played for you, DCOP, talking about the thing happening outside and the fact that they do thorough checks during match days, which in my opinion is quite interesting. But today's Division 1 League game had some thorough checks being made before fans were allowed to enter. However, DCOP, we don't have regular checks. Maybe that's what they report to you. They do not check people entering the stadium like this picture here in today's game is. They don't check people like that. They don't check anyone at all. This is because someone has passed away, so they are trying to do something quickly and then go back to the default settings. This is the problem with our game. This is the problem with the whole country. Situation happens, everyone is talking about it, everyone is blaming people. Fans go on a vigil, they talk about it, they are angry, so they try to do something quickly to appease them. When everyone is at rest and has forgotten about it, we'll go back to the default settings. It's something which I have seen for far too long. I think that clearly we need to address the issues. We need to have systems in place. And I've said it already here that it's not that we don't have the systems. It's not that the laws are not there. They are there, but we struggle to implement them when need be. It's as simple as that. The implementation has always been a problem for us. We struggle to implement the laws that are already laid down. Inspection of fans before they enter stadium. Let me know if you've been inspected as is in the picture right now before you enter the match venue for a Ghana Premier League game. It hardly happens, so she should get her facts straight. The fans have expressed their grievances. They say without justice, the league should not go on, and justice might take a while. So probably a reasonable compromise will be arrived at. The league being stopped or clubs not playing again will have serious repercussions. You have players to pay. You have things to do throughout the season. If you don't play the league, the repercussions are higher. The best we can do is to make sure that everything is followed according to the letter of the law. We should not rest on our leaders, because our leaders sometimes rest when they feel that it's okay. They are no longer talking about it, so yeah, we can get away with it, that kind of thing. We hope the best things, the right things are done. They just need to be done, and we will be okay. To be honest with you, we don't demand much, but we need the basic things done. Let's get the right protocols in place for match days. Let's stop hooliganism. Let's stop it. It hasn't helped anyone. The players with man of the match performances, Tariq Lamptey and Antoine Semenyo, have been lauded, but Semenyo's penalty has come under a lot of scrutiny. Antoine scored this no look. It looked like he turned his back, ran towards the spot, and just hit it with all the power he had in his foot. Pickford had the right spot, but many are saying that it's a risky one. It just goes to show to me that he's confident. He's very confident enough to try something like this, and it's from his performances throughout the season. Confidence is sky high. It's a double-edged sword, however. So yeah, he should be measured in how crazy or quote unquote how outrageous some of his um, efforts are on goal. Tariq Lamptey as well was in action for his club side versus Chelsea, his former side. They were triumphant 2-1 in that game. Then he also was named the man of the match. Congratulations. We have the men. Otoado, I hope you are watching so that you don't go and say that we don't have the men. We have the men. Please implement them well. So that has been it for today. The Vigil for Nana POOLEY, Heart to Folk fans and Kumasi Asante Kotoko fans came together for one similar cause, and it was great to watch. Commiserations, condolences once again to Nana POOLEY's family. I'll see you guys in the next one. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.